the fact that you can be so quick changing setups. In short film, you need to be like that. In documentary, you need to be like that. My name is Carolina and I'm a cinematographer. I do a mix of music videos, short films, branded content, commercial. I've been shooting on Canon for the last 10 years, I would say. Canon asked me to try their new EOS C80 in 3 very different projects, a spec ad, documentary, and a short film. And I can say that across all the different projects, as everything one needs. With the spec ad, I wanted to create something vibrant and colorful. I wanted to play with textures and lighting and try things I haven't done before. So I picked a product that I haven't actually seen a lot of ads for, which was a pair of sunglasses. So for this specific project, I was by myself, so it was good to have a camera that was quite small and I could try different rigging setups. So I did a few shots on the gimbal, a few shots handheld, a few shots on the slider, and a few shots on the tripod, and it was super easy to set up. I was really impressed with the autofocus. Even though the model was wearing glasses, the camera still managed to track her. She was like spinning around. At some points there was foliage as well in the foreground, and the camera did really well. We had a shot that we're trying to capture from the ground, pointing at the model. We had a perspex glass and some blackout around, so it was kind of awkward to press record and to look at the framing. So I used Canon multi-camera app to change my settings, press record, and just make sure everything was okay. I was using the 24-105 lens with a power zoom, and on the app you can actually press zoom in and out and control it from it. I shot 100 frames per second, the model spinning around, and also the ripple effect of the water in the glasses and all those reflections, which I think it really added a cool effect. I really like the color science, and I think it's perfect for those sort of projects that are really colorful. It renders the skin tones really well and looks amazing straight out of camera. So I think nowadays with social content, so many times you're asked to film vertically, and one really cool feature that the C80 has is that you can just mount it vertically and film it straight away without having to crop in. With the documentary, I knew I wanted to tell a story about female resilience, so I found Emma. Emma was the first British woman to climb a 9A, which is very, very hard. We went to north of Wales, to the countryside. I think the C80 is the perfect choice for documentary filmmaking. The built-in NDs is 100% like one of the best features. Just having a camera that is compact and had everything I needed while operating is really good. The fact that the C80 is full frame really helped to show the beauty of the landscape. We could just see so much more. I knew I wanted to capture a shot of Emma at sunset and blue hour, and that's when the triple ISO really came in handy. And towards the end, all we had was a torch, and we actually couldn't see anything, but on camera looked so bright. The low light capabilities of the camera really changed the way you can capture documentary. As a DP in documentary, a feature like that really changes the game. The level meter for documentary filmmaking is a really, really cool feature. I was very impressed with how reactive the autofocus was. I was handheld tracking her hands while she's climbing, her face. I mean, she's a pretty fast climber. The camera's internal stabilization made the tracking shots so much easier. The camera did really well in that scenario. I had a 2-camera setup for the interview. I love the lenses I use. They go to 1.4, which is incredible. So I managed to have lots of NDs and be able to have a very shallow depth of field, which I think it really helps when you don't have control of lighting and you can't create that 3D image with the lighting. It's great to have lenses that can do that for you.
Well, actually,
the short film production felt a little bit different. We were suddenly in a much bigger production with a lot of different departments and a very big ambition to bring a story to life. It was a very different environment for the C80 to be in compared to the other 2 shoots. Decided to shoot in 6K RAW. The camera offers that as the best resolution possible. Filming in RAW, you just have more flexibility in post once you get to the grade. We were in a controlled environment, so why not? Me and the director wanted to create a contrasty look. So for the bedroom, we had the backlight coming through the window with some practicals. We knew we had a low light scene. The camera captured the dynamic range of the scene really well. The SDI connectivity is a great feature. Is a feature you probably wouldn't expect in such a small camera. It makes this camera more prepared for high-end productions. You can just send your image anywhere. The Canon multi-camera app was extremely useful during our short film production. In one of the setups, we had the camera rigged up high, and we couldn't really reach it to press record and change settings, so my AC was able to do that. Knowing that my first AC can be making sure the settings are okay, pressing record means I can focus on the lighting, on the framing and other bits. We had a little bit of VFX in this film. We had the whole scene shot in green screen mixed with a snowscape set. This camera is the perfect choice to shoot on because it saves all the metadata. This metadata includes all the camera and lens settings, which is amazing. Any narrative, you always have a lot of setups per day, and you need to make sure you get them all, otherwise you don't have a story. So you can't replace them, you have to keep shooting. So it's really important to have a camera that you can easily rig and you're not waiting around to get those shots. It was great to use the C80 across all these different productions. It doesn't matter if you're a solo filmmaker or if you're working with a big crew, it's really useful to have a camera that's got everything you need in one.